I'm going to give you the playbook to life today. And if you can't afford it, it's okay. It's free. It's 100% free. Anybody can do this. And it just takes a couple simple skills such as slowing down, listening, and observing in order to reap all the benefits from this. And not only in today's video am I going to share this super simple method with you, but I also have a funny story. And currently, to allude to this story is I don't have my phone and I can't get it until 8 a.m. tomorrow when I don't know what you call it, like the patrol center opens, because I lost my phone yesterday. And when I saw where it was at last night, I was like, oh, I'll just get it tomorrow. And then I went to get it today and was like, oh, I guess I can't have it till tomorrow. That solves many of my problems. So this is today's video, okay? So the super simple method that I'm gonna share with you is simply listen and observe and watch what reality is telling you. It is showing you absolutely everything that you need. But if you try to create your own meanings from it, you twist it, you manipulate it, that's what we call distortion, and that's what our mind does if it wants to create a different reality than the reality that we're seeing, okay? And that is the philosophy of it all, right? If it seems like reality is telling you to pack up your stuff and move to a different city, it probably is. That's what it was telling me about a year ago before I moved to Austin, Texas. And not only that, I visited here, I don't know, a year and 3 months before I would move. And I was like, dude, this is dope. I definitely want to move here. And then I sat in ayahuasca, and ayahuasca's like, Chris, you're moving to Austin. And then when it came time to move and no places in KC were working out, I was like, it's almost like I need to move to Austin. And then I kid you not, everything fell into place here in a week to the point that this apartment was my buddy's, and I was going to stay with him for 30 days and figure out where I was going to live. And then he got a job in Scottsdale and I took over this apartment and poof, I didn't even get to stay with him in Austin, and it all worked out, right? It was like reality was like, Chris, you're moving to Austin. Ayahuasca backed it up. And when it all happened, it was pretty smooth landing there for moving to a city for my first time, right? So it's like, think about that as if you're ever confused or not sure what to do next, stop trying to use your willpower, and which is simply all the actions and initiating and the this and the that, and it's like slow down. Well, I mean, like literally, like walk slow, lose all sense of urgency, and just notice what life is throwing you. Like for instance, on days that I'm moving fast, like God, the universe, whatever you believe in, will put slow cars in front of me in the left-hand lane all day, and slow older people in the grocery store and carts in front of me. And typically it's those two things, and I'm like, yeah, I need to slow down today. And it really is that magical. It's like, I'll be in a hurry. I can go at Godspeed. And then it's like, and sometimes I'm allowed to. And then other times it's like, all these things get in my way. And it's like, I can push past them, which is going to create more stress, more anxiety. Everything's going to be urgent and scarce in a sense, right? Versus like, man, that car's going slow. Maybe I should slow down. And then, the reality will throw you other signs if you need to make differences. But it's like, those simple signs are, how I tend to live my life. Like for instance, right now too, I have somebody reached out for me to edit a speaker reel that's in music. My friend Andrew is also from Kansas City, is a musician. My friend Josh, who likes binary beats, sent me this Fred Again documentary the other day. And then I just downloaded Logic Pro after all those signs came in, because I was like, man, it's almost like I'm being pointed to get back to music because I'm looking at a picture of Bob Marley on the other side of my, camera. It's like, but if you take the time to stop and simply observe what reality's throwing you, it's really simple to identify what it is. And it's almost to a point sometimes with this method where I'm like, man, this seems too easy. And that used to be the old me. And then I was like, man, this seems so easy. I'm going to go directly where I'm being pointed. And it worked. And then I kept following those things and it kept working. And I was like, wow, this is pretty easy. It's like life's telling me what to do. And I know what you're thinking, pretty magical, right? There are days that I do get confused with what's going on. And this is where this story comes in. This is freaking hilarious. And I kid you not, I went to a police substation today to pick up my phone, and their lobby's closed until 8 a.m. on Monday. Today's Sunday. And I was like, well, this solves the problem. I asked a question last night. And this is what I do. If you're ever confused with what reality is showing you and you don't know, it's like they say it in the Bible, you ask and you shall receive. And this is my simple method. I will literally do this. I'll be like, spirit guide, spirit team, angel of light and loves, ancestors, I need some help right now. I need you to send me a sign that is so clear. Even on my most confused and lazy day, I will find this sign, I will follow it, and when I follow it, send me some energy so that I know I'm on the right one. Thank you, Aho Amen. Please do it in 24 hours, or I'll give them a timestamp, right? Because with all that, like, now I just told reality what to show me so that I can get clarity, okay? And I kid you not, this is what I did yesterday. So 2 days ago, I got some toll bills in the mail, and it was about 325 bucks, and I was like, shit. So I went ahead and paid it before it became 400, okay? And then after that, I was like, man, maybe I should try for Uber. I didn't plan on spending almost $400 in one day, right? And then I was like, we'll see. And then I was gonna wait, and I was gonna see for the next day. So the next day I wake up, and I normally wake up at 7 a.m. without an alarm, and I wake up at 10 a.m. and I'm exhausted. And I'm even like, I wake up and I'm like, man, I'm freaking tired. And then as I was waking up, I kept thinking about like, man, I should probably Uber today, but I really don't want to. And I was like, yeah, let's not force it, right? And the more I was thinking about Uber, the more resistance I was getting. And I was like, all right, let's just stop thinking. And then my personal tool belt is to go for a walk, take a shower, or drive my car to get clarity. It's where I channel, or that's where I get really connected to my intuition, okay? So I'm like, fuck it, let's go get a energy drink, because I was freaking exhausted. So I'm like, all right, let's get an energy drink on the way there. Hopefully driving there will clear us up. I kid you not. And then I did that little method I just showed you, and was like, all right, give me a sign so clear that even on my most confused day, I will know what to do. And on the way there, I get a ping to like call my buddy Oscar. I'm like, yo, Oscar, what are you doing today? And he's like, dude, driving for Lyft. I'm exhausted, but I need some money. And I'm like, yeah, that's not lighting me up. And I could feel it in my body. I was like, no, I don't want to do that. Like, understandable, dude. Well, and I told him, I was like, understandable, dude. Hit me up after you're done. I think I want to have some fun today. So then right after that, I get a ping to call my buddy Andrew. And I call Andrew and I'm like, yo, what are you doing? And he's like, dude, want to go to the Greenbelt? And I'm like, cool, I want to film some stuff. And I'm like, dude, bring your guitar. We'll shoot some like B-roll and just like adventure and have some fun. And that's exactly what we did, okay? And this is funny. This is where the lost phone comes in. So we have a full day, pretty much from, I'd say, noon to 10 p.m. going pretty much in the Greenbelt in Austin, swimming in water that's there. It's never there, which is super cool. He played music. We got some cool shots. Then we went to Barton Springs later for a concert on the shoreline. It was sick. So when we were at the concert at Barton Springs, I'm like, hey, have you seen my phone? And he's like, no, I haven't seen you had it. So, and then I remember when we were airing up a boat, I was like, I think I set it on the ground. And then I'm like, don't worry about it. Like, somebody will find it and turn it in. So he went to go put his guitar back in the car, and he's like, dude, I didn't see your phone anywhere. And I'm like, it's okay. And I've seen it in my mind. I was like, I left it when we were pumping up the boat. And I'm like, that means somebody has it and turned it in, or they stole it. Cool. So I come back home, pull up the iCloud, and I see it's in a police station here at Austin. It's a police and fire station. And I was like, cool, somebody found it and turned it in. So I went this morning to go pick it up, and they were closed until 8 a.m. on Monday morning. And I was like, well, that answered my question. I don't have to drive for Uber today, because I probably would have been thinking about driving for Uber today. But yesterday, remember when I was like, angels, light and love, spirit guide, spirit team, and told them what I needed? Called Oscar, didn't feel right. Called Andrew, felt right, and I got energy. We were outside all day, just living it up. I got the coolest montage video I'm editing. And then poof, I lose my phone, and he's like, oh, sorry, dude. And I'm like, no, dude, I totally asked for it. And it was like today when I went to pick it up and I couldn't get it, I was like, dude, I totally asked for this. I am not mad. I can't drive for Uber without my phone. So without my phone, I guess I get to relax today. And this is exactly what I needed today. Even this is probably my 20th time trying to film this video on such a simple concept, because my brain's tired and I was outside all day yesterday having fun and I'm tired. So, but it's like endlessly, you can search with reality in that whole entire story. That's why I was like, please watch this whole video. It'll make sense. But it's like in that whole story, reality guided me through every decision. And when I didn't know, I asked reality. I was like, hey, give me this and these parameters and this amount of time, so clear, and give me energy, when I find it. And that's exactly what happened. And then to the point, I even lost my phone and I can't drive Uber today. And I'm like, well, I guess I don't need to drive for Uber. Otherwise, I'd have my phone, right? So it's simply using those tools. It's like the slower you go, the more that you can see, The more that you can see, the more that you can know, and the clearer it gets. When you move faster and urgently, you start to blur and distort reality. And the more that you try to think about what you're seeing, you're going to start to distort it. You're going to start to twist it, manipulate it. And then before you know it, by going faster and thinking more, you're actually creating more distortion from what is simply in front of you that you can pause, stop, watch, or even go slow and see. And then you can talk to it and ask for direct responses from it. And it gives it to you and it tells you everything that you need to do. And I know this sounds magical, but this is my reality. This is how it works. And for some reason, I guess I'm being the spokesman to share this with the world. And if you guys want more access to this, join my school community, ENOCH, ENOCH. It's really easy to find on school. If you guys want to work with me as a creative, check out my ecosystem at bychris.io. That's bychris.io. In the description box below, I have plenty of free ebooks. The Sexy Moron is super dope. The Unified Field Theory is super dope. And then I'm going to be releasing a web app called Eden that literally allows you to interact and track and understand what reality is throwing back at you. Oh man, I got a little excited there. Oh my gosh, my battery's about to die. Peace out. Have a good day. Catch you on the next video.